Wait, where's the music?
All the way down at the bottom.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll see with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody in between, and welcome to Fight Night!
Round one, fight!
Will Morgan over here with the run in at the last second.
I had some system issues, but I'm here.
I was like, where the hell is this dude?
I had an interview that actually dropped in my lap that I had to do. I put it off, and I went ahead and did it. And then I had some system issues, but I'm here.
Well,
we're glad you made it.
Thank you.
The world tried, the earth tried to keep me away today, but I'm here. Broken collarbone and all, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, just to let y'all know, Josie is high. So if you have any questions you want to ask Josie and get the real truth, now's the time. Now is the time. If you want to know Josie's real love for Brock Lesnar, now's the time to get the answer.
But see, the thing is I do like Brock Lesnar. I like this Brock Lesnar.
This Brock Lesnar, not the old one though.
The Lesnar we're seeing now. Well, and then the Lesnar back in Ruthless Aggression.
That was a good
I like that Lesnar.
Yeah,
it was the Lesnar we got for the last 10 years. The money, just all he cared about was the money. This Lesnar, I feel like, is enjoying himself.
Yeah, I believe so.
But,
how's everybody doing out there in TV land? We're gonna break it down for y'all.
So we're gonna kick it off because I got a couple of things I want to get off my chest. So we don't do this segment all the time, but it's time for some shit takes. Sorry, I'm training a new producer, so bear with us.
We good. She got it.
She got it. Awesome. Oh, no, she switched brands. No, what?
What the hell?
She learning.
What the hell?
She learning.
Oh, there it is.
I got you, Erica. All right, so Stacks, I don't know if you caught last night's episode of Sports Report, but I brought something up that I feel like I have to clarify for Mr. Morgan. Because I called Sting the GOAT. And I need to clarify in the fact that I feel like Sting is the GOAT for all the things you listed, Will. Not just for wrestling. There are wrestling GOATs. Jericho. HBK. Those are the wrestling GOATs. But at the impact that Sting has had, the ambassador he has been, Her computer died.
But go ahead and think because I want to refute a point. Go ahead.
But the ambassador he's been, he
Everywhere.
touched every company, every major company in the last 30 years he's had some touch on, even WWE. Even if the stint wasn't very long, he's touched and had a lasting mark. And just for those things, the things that he's done, for future wrestlers and the people he's put over, that's the other thing about Sting, is he has never not once been afraid to put someone over.
No.
Which is a rarity in wrestling.
Yes. I.e. Hulk Hogan.
I.e. Hulk Hogan. I.e. John Cena. I.e. The Rock.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
What was your point, Will?
But I just want to say, and I get that, and I'm not saying that you're not right in terms of his accolades and everything that he's done. My issue is we got feedback somewhere. Is it me?
Not me. I've got nothing.
I hear it in my headset.
Will.
I think it must be you because I don't hear it, Will.
Say something, Stacks.
Hello. What's up, people?
It might be Stacks. I heard it from Stacks.
Oh, shoot.
I'm not sure, but I'm gonna continue. I don't have a problem with that per se. But when you say greatest of all time, I get it's subjective, and Sting has done a lot. But to me, my personal opinion, the greatest of all time, and again, subjective, opinionated, I get it. I just don't feel that Sting is.
Well, and I honestly,
I think
argued with me last night, but I think in wrestling,
that's my goal.
Who?
Taker.
I mean, and I definitely agree with that. For everything, Taker in the ring, on the mic, what he's done for the wrestling world outside, in the fact that holding that character so close to the chest for 30 years.
Yeah.
Like in wrestling, truly, to name one GOAT in wrestling, and I know y'all were arguing with me about this, it's impossible. It's impossible because of the way wrestling is. You almost have to have like a GOAT Mount Rushmore for wrestling. And that's the best way to kind of say you're greatest, because it's like there, and really truly you can have one for every generation, because even though like things like basketball and baseball change, if you were to put Michael Jordan on a team right now, he'd still be one of the better players on that team. Even though the game has changed so much just from the level of talent. But if you were to take Hogan and trying to put him in a match right now, it would be absolutely terrible because of the way that it's changed. That's my only point with that. Stacks, opinion?
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I think, just from the standpoint of Sting, and how you said, he's touched everywhere he's went, so that's huge.
I don't know what.
So I think he's definitely up there.
That's my only thing. But I definitely, like you said it, Will, Taker, Jericho is definitely on the GOAT level. HBK definitely holds that status. In a way, as much as as some of his accolades get taken away because of his relationship, Triple H is definitely, just for his career and then what he's done for wrestling after, definitely has GOAT status.
I agree.
Without question.
What's that, Stacks?
Oh, I said I agree.
Oh, I thought you said you had a question.
Yep, nope, I agree with you on the Taker.
Let me see something. Hey, Joseph. I don't. It might be me. Let me do this.
But
I'm gonna mute myself. Stack, say something.
Taker's the GOAT.
Say something again, Stacks.
You're the man, Will.
don't be inflating his head.
I don't think it's me. Oh man.
Cool.
We'll have Stacks jump out here in a second if we think if it's bugging you that much. Will.
No, it's not bugging me.
Oh no! There he went. There he went. He's just gone.
It's not bugging me.
But
I think it's me though, because it's still
you still
going.
hearing it? Yeah, it must be you because I've got nothing going on in here and I'm on my phone. But that was I wanted to clarify that. So that was my hot take. Anything that grinded your gears this week in wrestling, Will, or anything you want to get off your chest while we wait for Stacks to get back so we can get into the marks.
This whole storyline with Bobby Lashley being fired. Come on, man. Really.
Oh, actually, that brings up
Really.
another take I wanted to talk about.
Really?
What do you think about this Matt Riddle violation?
You knew the dude was on something.
Well, this is my thing. Supposedly, this is his second violation. Their wellness policy states that on the main roster, every violation is announced to the public.
Yes.
They never announced the violation of the first one. It was supposedly on the run up to SummerSlam. They never announced it. Also, it seems like the wellness policy changes depending on the wrestler. Riddle got one break, and then how he is. I had also thought they had taken weed off of their wellness policy, and it was no longer getting you fined and suspended. I might be wrong on that.
That's what I thought too.
I thought so too, and I don't see Riddle doing things other than that. He's definitely not juicing. So this one puzzled me, and it frustrates me because I do feel like their wellness policy, there's never a straightforward. Because remember the person just earlier this year who got fired for a first violation.
Yes.
For something that other people do. Oh, did you see that, Will?
There's Stacks.
Will, let's just sign Correa.
They did?
Yes.
I saw that.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, man.
All that Stacks, and Will's pretty sure it's him.
Oh, really? Oh, shoot. Okay.
But Stacks, we were talking about, did you hear about Riddle and his suspension for supposedly a second wellness violation?
I did see something about that on Twitter. That was some crazy stuff.
Well, this is the thing. This is what bugs me about their wellness violation. Is it never seems like it is everything is they didn't sign him yet, Will, but they're working him.
Oh, okay.
This show is just
what the heck?
It's the joys of being on my phone.
Josie popping in and out.
Anyway, but their wellness policy is never consistent. Supposedly, the wellness policy states that any offense on the main roster is announced to the public. They never announced his first offense.
No, they did not.
And we were just talking about the person who got fired this past year for their first offense for things that other people have been caught for and not even suspended. So it just seems like the wellness policy is now being used as a way to punish people now that Vince isn't able to just fire people whenever he wants.
Hey, what do you guys think about Vince possibly coming back?
He's not going to come back.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I
He's
was gonna
not
say
gonna
I don't think that's happening. Yeah, not at
That's
all.
not happening. One, if it were going to
Be a
happen,
bad PR move.
he's been
Yep.
told by the court he could have come back over a month ago. If it were going to happen, it would have already been said. Vince might be a son of a bitch control freak, but he also likes money, and their money, everything has been on the up since
I
Triple
was
H
gonna
took
say
control.
everything's growing.
So he's not coming back. That would be a bad move.
Yeah, I agree.
That might be the death nail for the WWE.
I agree. 'Cause
Absolutely.
he'll take away all the good stuff that's happened the past few months.
Yeah, he'll come in there and destroy everything. Lay off every NXT return he brought back. Theory will go back to the selfie son of a bitch. Like,
Bye Judgment Day.
bye Judgment Day. Like,
I
it
agree.
would not be good. No. All right. Stacks, you're going to have to kind of cover because I didn't get to watch it all, but it is time for some Mark's Watch Wrestling.
Let's go.
All right, so Stacks, did you watch last week's episode? You weren't here to talk about it, but did you watch it?
Last week's episode of Impact. Yes. On the 8th, the episode on the 8th, I did. Yes.
All right, but you didn't watch the one prior to that, the episode on the 2nd?
Correct. I did not.
Okay. I watched the one on the 2nd, and I got to say, it was boring to me. For someone who'd been watching Impact for a while, that episode did not drag me, especially since it was their first episode back in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Fallout show from Overdrive, and it just nothing grabbed me about that show. Now, however, this past week was better.
I would agree.
What did you think?
Yeah, no, I would agree. I mean, I think there was bits and pieces of it that were just kind of but I really was kind of surprised by the Alexander and Mike Bailey match that went over an hour.
That went over an hour?
Well, it didn't go over an hour, but it went up to an hour. Yeah.
I hate being on my phone.
Really?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
You were surprised by what?
From them
I
two?
I was surprised by the fact that the Alexander and Mike Bailey match went practically to the time limit.
I mean, but it did what it was supposed to do, and that was make Mike Bailey look really, really, really strong. And
yep. And it definitely did that because he's one of my he's my one of my wrestlers of the week this week. So.
Is he one of your guys this week? I see it, man. Yeah. I see it. What they have been doing with him in Impact the past few months with his X Division run, and then the loss, and then the trying to get it back, and then this open challenge has been really great. Really great.
I mean, granted, I kind of wish it didn't go that long, but it was definitely a good match. I kind of feel that it kind of died down a little bit towards the end a little bit for me. But
it's also
at least from my
both very technical wrestlers.
Yes.
So it wasn't necessarily your most exciting match. So it does get boring after a while.
Correct. I would agree. Let's see what else was good on there.
We're getting Jordan Grace versus Mickie James for the Impact World Title at Hard to Kill. Will
Big Mama Swole.
Your girl, she's doing it.
She is.
Oh, go ahead.
Dominating over there is all I was gonna say.
She is dominating.
I just want to say real quick, guys, her calendar is out. Go get it.
Oh God, man.
Everybody in the chat, if you want to get Will a Christmas gift, I don't
There you
think
go.
he'd
You
mind.
want to get me a Christmas gift? Y'all want to show your boy some love? Hey, pick your boy up with that calendar real quick. Appreciate you.
Oh God.
Get you a shout out on this show. Hey, I'll get you a shout out on this show for a month straight.
Absolutely.
And then, do you think Bully is gonna win? Stacks?
It wouldn't surprise me, just based on kind of how I think they're kind of positioning him. But especially since Alexander's had the title so as long as he's had it, it wouldn't surprise me if he wins.
See, I'm not sure he does, because to me, this whole storyline is resembling the him and Moose storyline a lot. Because Moose also attacked his family and did all this, and
oh really?
I just feel like if he
ran
loses
this storyline before.
Yeah, I just feel like if he loses the title again over another random or another family issue, it's just showing that the man has no control over his emotions when it comes to his family.
That's an interesting point.
So, I don't know. I mentioned this last week, and I want to get your opinion. I feel like Impact is in a dangerous area right now with what's going on with WWE re-signing a lot of people. AEW is really trying to lock their people down.
Oh, absolutely.
They just lost EY,
Yes,
back to WWE. They lost Chelsea Green, going back to WWE. I think you're going to eventually lose Deonna Purrazzo, going back to WWE. And then there's
that to happen.
What?
He needs to stay.
I think so too. I think Impact is great for her. I think she's way better in Impact than she can ever be in the WWE. But also you have to think about the homegrown Impact talent and the way that, truly, Moose could be headlining WWE right now. Other than the fact he is not great on the mic. He's not fantastic on the mic.
He's just not.
He's average.
Yeah.
And I don't even think that it's the fact that he can't promo. I think it's truly his speaking. He's got, no offense to you, man, I love you, but he's got a little bit of a lisp.
Yeah, he does.
And it makes his promos not as impactful.
But if Lashley can't get over, but here's my perfect example.
Yep.
Lashley couldn't talk for shit.
Yep.
And
some guys are just made better for the WWE style promo.
Right.
Some guys that's where they flourish.
But Lashley
some guys can't do it.
But Lashley couldn't talk for shit, and he got it together. Shelton Benjamin, greatest talent I had ever seen, but couldn't talk on the mic in the early days, comes back, and now he's talking.
Mm-hmm.
He's all right. He's still not great.
He's better than what he was. So you can get some improvement if you put the work in.
What else happened on Impact?
I was trying to see here.
What was the main event?
The main event was Alexander. Alexander first challenged Bully Ray.
That wasn't the main event, though. Wasn't the main event Machine Guns versus Heath and Rhino?
No, that was not the main event.
Oh, that was a good match.
Yeah, it was until the
the major players got involved.
Yeah, major players got involved. Yeah, it was a good match up until that point.
I'll tell you, that's a team I wanted to mention, though. I wanted to talk a little bit about them. As tag teams go, do y'all consider the Machine Guns as one of the greatest? Or because of the fact that they've been pretty much to one promotion? I mean, they were in New Japan, but that's hard to judge as far as America. Are they not on that list?
I don't think they were before, but once they got that win over FTR,
FTR. Yeah.
As much as I hate them, You got to do it. They got to be there.
You don't like the machine guns?
They got to be there. They got to be there.
How do you not like
they
the
gotta be
machine
there.
guns?
They got to be there.
But Will,
I agree
answer
with you,
my
Josie. I
question.
think they're pretty good. Yeah, I think they're pretty good. Yeah,
Why don't you
what's
like
your
the
riff
machine
on
guns,
them,
Will?
That's personal taste.
They remind him too much of the Young Bucks.
They remind me too much of the Young Bucks and in earlier days.
That's fair.
In earlier days.
I know exactly where you're going with this, Will. Early days machine guns were almost annoying. Like they were.
Yep.
They were young punks, and like they had that very much Detroit is better than you vibe.
Yep.
And they were annoying. The team has grown a lot on me. I honestly think Chris Saban's a little bit of a little bitch. But I really like Alex Shelley.
I love it when Josie gives her honest opinion. I love it.
Personally, if you line those two up to me and you give me a pick of who's the bigger star, who deserves a singles run, I'm picking Shelley. I realize Saban got his singles run and everything he got because he has never left Impact.
Isn't he close to being done?
I was gonna say
He's got it. I mean, they both got to be close. Saban has been there. Saban has been in Impact since the very beginning.
Yeah,
he's an OG. He has been in Impact for 21 years.
Yeah, since his inception. He was there when Dixie was there.
He was there when Jeff invented it with NWA.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the first X Division title holders.
Yep.
So, like, he will go into the Impact Hall of Fame probably twice. Once as himself and once as a tag team.
Look, we need to get some of these Hall of Fames built. I mean, you know, you can have the war said more than Shoney's for all I care. We need to get some of these Hall of Fames built now.
I just wish there could be more cooperation between promotions for things like this.
Right.
Them to come together and say, hey, let's say there is a Hall of Fame. It is going to be this place, and it is for all of wrestling. And everybody each year, each promotion picks 2 people to induct. You could call it to the top, like 5 promotions. So that'd be WWE, AEW, Impact, NWA, and MLW.
Oh, I'll be down for that.
Yeah.
And then throw in JPW just for honorary because they deserve it.
Yeah, yeah.
So 6 promotions. And each one picks 2. That means each year you're getting 12 people inducted. That's a good class.
And you know what happens? Yeah, you know what happens? Because the Hall of Fame ain't let the boys show anyway. But you know what happens? You get a much better show. And you get a
great show.
You get better
great show because you're going to get all these different kinds of talent. You're going to get all these different types of talent that's done different things for all their promotions and different ways. And maybe one year promotion uses both of their slots for a tag team. And that's how you get tag teams in. Or then you if 1 year, maybe if a group wants to come together and say, we're inducting this trio as 2 companies together because they've done so much for both of our companies. There's so many ways you could do it. And I understand that it's business and it's competition, but little things like that, if these companies could work together on small things like that, would mean huge for the fan.
And like I say, it's a better show. You get more fan involvement in it. And everybody wins.
Well, and then WrestleMania week already is becoming an entire it is a wrestling.
Yeah.
Well, it's an entire wrestling event. Every single company, large, small, everything in between, does a show around in that area around Mania. At least one. Yep. Like companies like GCW and MLW and things like that are doing 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
But I know people who go down there and they are literally in wrestling all week. It is literally like the Super Bowl of wrestling now.
Guys, I would love to do that. I would love.
Oh my God! Could you? Dang, I'm telling you guys, one day when this show kicks off, We are going down there for WrestleMania week, and we're going to go to every show we can get into. Like, by the time we leave, we're going to be sick and tired of wrestling.
You're going to Bucky's first, though. You're going to Bucky's first.
I introduced Will to Bucky's when he came down here, and now he's addicted. Yes. But I heard you're getting one in Georgia.
I heard that too. It's a little bit away from me, but it's still worth the drive.
So, but yeah, again, what Stacks? I'll revert to you on this, but again, I think it was another solid show for Impact. They're putting on. I mean, Scott D'Amore does not get enough credit. He is a great wrestling mind.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way him and Tony Khan let wrestlers be more themselves.
Let wrestlers be wrestlers because they're artists.
Wrestlers be wrestlers. Yeah, I love it.
They're artists. They understand their character. Let them build their character, their story, all of that.
Yep.
Definitely got to admire it. It's not so.
But here's the other side of that, though. Here's the other side of that, though. It protects them too, because if the character flops,
it's on the wrestler, not on the.
It's on the wrestler, not on the creator.
On the wrestler.
So it's on
Absolutely.
you. Yeah.
Which I think is why I think why people like to get on to people like they're not using Miro enough on AEW. But I think that's because like creatives having a hard time finding anything. And okay, so why isn't Miro coming up with something? Because
I'm glad you brought him up, because to me, Miro is that tweener.
Yes.
He's the tweener. Somebody who can, but for some reason doesn't.
Yes.
He can be doing great stuff with Samoa Joe right now, though. They could be doing some nice stuff.
They could, and I think that's going to happen. I think at the end of Death Before Dishonor, Joe called out two people at the press conference after Death Before Dishonor. He called out Miro and he called out Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm. And I think he could, and I think Miro and Samoa Joe could do some good things, but somebody got to have the foresight to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so Impact was good this week. Let's move on. We're going to move on to our highlights for the week. So, boys, what did we see? What caught your eye? What'd you like? I will say from AEW this week, I am liking what they're doing with the Blackpool Combat Club. We kind of all thought that maybe it was fizzled out with Regal leaving, and it's actually kind of done the opposite. It's like they've gotten more of a...
You brought them together. Yep.
I do think they need to change the name because the name makes no sense now. Even if you just change calling it the BCC or the BPC, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up now. You gotta be careful with the initials.
Shut up. BBC.
I told y'all, boy. I told you getting the best part of Josie. Josie, hi.
Don't make me whip out the WBC.
Hey, y'all got any questions for Josie at all? Now it's the time to ask.
But
I like that name though. It make him sound like a superhero team. I like that name.
The Blackpool Combat Club never really hit me, but I got it with Regal leading it.
Yeah.
But now that he's not there, it doesn't make any sense. And guys, there's something hinky about MJF's run. There's something hinky about it. Like, I don't know if it's going to be Starks. I understand that it's probably not going to be Starks to take it off of him so quickly.
You know, it ain't going to be hard.
The way they keep saying over and over, I'm going to have a run for the ages. It's going to fuel the bidding war for 2024. and all of this stuff, I just don't feel like it's going to be that long a run. I just feel like it's going to be a short run, and maybe he gets it back quickly after that. But it just seems like they're alluding too much to a long run to make it shock when he doesn't have a long run.
Can we say transitional champion?
I don't know. Like, I don't see, with everything he's went through in the past year with AEW, I don't see MJF being a transitional champion.
I would agree with that.
I don't know. I don't know. Tomorrow is going to be a crazy day for AEW, and we kind of need to dive into this for a minute because it's Winter's Coming tomorrow night.
Winners.
That is always one of AEW's.
Oh yeah, you were saying that last night.
It's one of AEW's biggest non-pay-for events of the year. Things always happen. Y'all saw. Shit. What is her out of WWE name, Will?
Oh, you talking about Mercedes?
Mercedes is going to be at Wrestle Kingdom 17.
Formerly known as Sasha Banks.
Now, if that is true, that is official. She is no longer a part of WWE.
Well, you know, she also got paid she got paid a buttload of money for that appearance too.
And she was then seen at the Lakers game this weekend with none other than your TBS champion, Jade Cargill. So the rumor is that she is actually already signed. And there's rumor going around that this is supposed to be the big surprise for tomorrow night.
Oh boy, that's gonna be some good stuff. I can't wait to see.
I will say,
I cannot
Mercedes.
Wait. I'm excited.
Mercedes is the last piece that women's division needs.
Yes,
she will solidify it.
It's a wrap after that.
Between her and
Super
Saraya and Britt, those three will be amazing as your top three. And I don't know who the fourth is right now. No one's wowing me to be that fourth yet. Maybe Jade.
I was going to say Jade, but that's about it.
I think you need another homegrown in there because you got two prior WWE.
You ain't
counting
if you got those,
huh?
You don't want to count Hater in that? You don't think she's been
long enough? I'm liking Hater.
I like Hater.
I do like Hater. I do enjoy her so far as a champion. Her run has been great. But also I feel like she's overshadowed by Britt. Like I enjoy Britt more.
Britt's too good. Yeah.
Britt too good.
Britt is just too damn good.
She is.
Don't need a title.
Don't need a title. Even though I think at some point she does need to have a run with the TBS.
Oh, she'll get it back. Oh, she'll get that. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if she took it off Jade.
I think that's the only legitimate person to take it off Jade at this point.
Yeah, nobody else seems. Yeah,
and
nobody else seems right.
And no one will hold that loss against Jade.
Well, correct. They have not faced. Britt is not one of those losses at all. So that would be great for Britt to be the one. There's another thing to hang on Britt's hat. Another thing to hang on her hat. And so, yeah, I agree. I think
but
Britt
also
is great.
But also, too, that loss was sent Jade into that monster run we talked about.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, and then beating Britt does set her up. Because then she comes back and beats Britt. That does set her up as a little.
That's a grand slam right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I think that's where you go with that. But yeah, I'm excited for Winter's Coming tomorrow night. Like you got to remember, this is where we got Sting.
Yes.
Sting first one. So I expect some surprises. That probably won't be it. I wouldn't be surprised you see Miro return tomorrow night. Tony's gonna pull out all the stops for this one because it's a big deal.
With the way social media is yapping, like you said, it'd be hard to think Miro's not making an appearance.
Yes, agreed.
Yep.
Anything else that caught y'all's eye? Did y'all see Kurt make his appearance on SmackDown this past week?
That I missed.
Real quick, I got one.
What's up?
Shout out to my boy Gunther. He got that match with Brock. And
Will, you thought I was gonna be mad about this. And truly, is this is at Rumble? This is gonna be a Rumble, right?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
And truly, I'm not. I think this will be a fantastic
I think
match.
it's gonna be good too.
I think it'll be good.
I think it'll
be a good match.
Big old
Absolutely.
bulls just going at it, and they're both sluggers too. It's gonna be similar to Gunther and Sheamus. And Gunther is good enough. Gunther is good enough to carry.
He is good.
This isn't going to be said very often. Gunther is good enough to carry Brock, even though Brock is the vet in this match. Gunther is
Absolutely.
better.
Yep. I think it's gonna be very, 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 very good. When I saw that, I said, "Yeah,
that's a good match. I'm
match.
excited for that match."
You got to give Gunther credit, man, because you didn't see this coming from him.
No, not at all. Not at
it
all.
definitely took him some time to get his feet under, but man,
It did.
Imperium is brutal. And then also that feud they had with the Brutes did both those factions.
Yeah, that really helped them. Really helped them.
Oh shit! Ow. So yeah, Kurt's birthday celebration on SmackDown. They sprayed the Alpha Academy with milk.
Of course they did. Of course they did.
So there was that.
How's it going with Bray? Is he on?
It looks like they're finally building him in a feud. Him and L.A.
Knight. Yep, for sure.
I'm still not enjoying this Bray.
Yeah, they need to speed that up, man. They need to speed it up so he can go kick some ass. It's getting really slow.
I'm loving me some Sammy Oos. Loving me the honorary Oos.
Roman's gonna be on SmackDown, Roman's in Chicago this week. That'll be interesting.
It's interesting that he only appears on like every other episode of SmackDown now.
That's what happens when you get paid to sit at home.
Split the belts. There, you want some honesty, Will? My drugged up ass. Split the goddamn belts.
That's some good honesty right there. That's some good honesty.
I'm hearing that he's going to be on SmackDown this week to present the Usos with the new undisputed tag belts.
I just think you need to split get.
Yep.
Raw's pointless without a champion.
It is. It is. You know, I mean, they can only push that Intercontinental title so much before people stop giving a shit.
Yep.
Well, and it's the U.S. title on Raw.
I meant U.S. title, sorry.
And don't get me wrong, I'm loving Theory. And
me too.
We've been all about Theory on this show for weeks.
Give me more theory. Give me more theory all the time. That's my motto. But eventually, it's going to start dying out, and people are going to want a world championship.
Sorry, you can push it all you want, but a United States title and an Intercontinental title is never going to be your number one title.
Not on the same level.
Never will be. Title.
Hell,
absolutely.
Hell, if you're gonna do that with Raw, if you're gonna do that, you might as well give him a TV championship.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna Roman keep both belts? You might as well give him a TV title.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like back in the day, Arn Anderson defended that thing every Saturday.
Did anybody watch Deadline? NXT Deadline this weekend?
No, I did not.
Stacks.
I didn't have a chance.
Stacks, the New Day or the new NXT Tag Team Champions.
I saw that. I did see that. I did see that. I did see that.
And I did see that. And I get it, because the team that beats them will have a hell of a feather in their cap. But
at the same time,
crazy.
what are you doing? What are you doing? You're not doing any favors for the main roster by
Right.
doing that.
Well,
By doing that.
I
I mean,
no, I disagree because they are just coming off that feud with the Usos. They really didn't have any feuds going on. And honestly, on the main roster, the New Day are kind of stale.
But the one thing you did do was make those boys legendary because now they've done it
held
all in
every
the works.
they've done it all. They've done it all.
Yeah.
Yep.
They are literally one of the best tag teams in WWE ever.
Yep.
Oh, without question. Yep. First ballot, plug it in.
And then also the great matches they get to have with upcoming. And truly, there was no one's really standing out to take those titles from Dangerously Pretty. Like, there was not a really dominant tag team. So, in other news, we had Death Before Dishonor this weekend. There was a couple of title changes there. The FTR lost the ROH tag titles to the Briscoes.
Did you watch that, Josie, or just?
I did not, because I'm not spending money on an ROH pay-per-view.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Not until they have a weekly show.
Hell no.
I'm not.
I don't even know when they have a weekly
show.
show if I'm gonna be watching it all the time either.
Well, I'm more inclined to buy it for a weekly show because if they're going to be just like they are now, just like AEW runs quarterly.
Yeah. True.
So I'm more inclined to buy them, but I want to be able to follow a storyline and follow all this, and I don't want to just be watching for these matches. So no. Also, the Dalton Castle and the boys lost the three-ways title to friend of the show, Prince Nana's Embassy.
That's a total. Those are belts I wish everybody had.
A trios?
Yeah.
I agree. I think a trios title is to the point now that it needs to be like a tag title and a world title and a women's championship. Like if you're building a wrestling company, it needs to be.
It needs to be on the front.
It needs to be one of your initial titles because
Absolutely.
it also like people want to say, oh, it's the same thing as tag. No, trios tag is a different division because it's different.
Not only that, but look at the landscape of where we're at. I mean, we're all trying to do factions and trios and all that stuff, so it makes sense.
Exactly. You also had the ROH Pure title change hands. Wheeler Yuta beat Danny Garcia.
Yes. Let's go.
Yeah, I was excited about this. I don't understand why we're just flipping between these two dudes, though.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the BCCs and the Jericho Appreciation Society feud
to be
over. Done. Shut up, Will.
Oh my God, be over. Please be over.
Hey, can somebody tell me? Hey, George, I don't mean to cut you off.
No,
I saw something this week. Is Ultimo Dragon trying to get an AEW?
There's talk about him being signed.
Is that
wow?
That's crazy.
So
no kidding.
He can.
But this is his last. I believe this is it. He's retiring after 2023. So
he's got to be.
So is this a Jeff Jarrett situation?
I mean, I don't understand what Jarrett is doing with Lethal.
It's so fucking stupid, Josie. So fucking stupid. Blasphemy. Oh my God.
But I honestly feel that also, Stacks, this is what we're talking about. This is totally them. This is just their storyline. This is what they've come up with. But I think you're going to see Jarrett and Lethal go after the tag titles.
Well, I know that because they alluded to it last week. I mean, obviously they were watching the match, but don't get me started.
It's just another familiar face. That's what it is.
The one thing I'm excited about Ultimo Dragon, if he does start with AEW, he can finally finish that feud with Chris Jericho.
And maybe that's it. Maybe they're wanting.
Maybe that's why they're pushing that. Yeah. Did he retain Josie? Jericho?
No.
He lost.
Yes.
lost? Did he
No,
lose?
Claudio beat him.
Nice.
No, Jack, we want to go hold that belt long.
Yep.
Y'all have access. One of y'all pull up the results for Death Before Dishonor and made sure I got these right. But I think was the card. I can't pull it up on my phone and be on here.
Did the doctor tell you not to operate smart devices?
Heavy machinery.
Yeah, heavy machinery.
So that, I mean, again, Tony does a good thing. He puts on a great pay-per-view. He really does. Almost every AEW pay-per-view has been pretty amazing. And then he's done the same thing with ROH. But really, it comes down to ROH needs a weekly show.
Oh, 1,000%.
If you're not going to get it on a network, then put it on YouTube. You need to get them a weekly show. All right. Any other highlights? Any other things that stuck out to y'all this week? Before we move on to the superstars that we liked.
Nope, that was it.
And then we get in.
No, I got superstars I want to talk about, so we can move on.
All right. So who you liking this week, Stacks? You already told us. Speedball Mike Bailey.
Yeah, Speedball Mike Bailey in that match with Alexander, and then even a few weeks back when I watched it, he's just fun to watch. Air raid type of guy. I kind of like him. He gets a little bit more change of pace than Alexander did in that match for some of it. Obviously, you alluded to it earlier. He's more of a technical type of guy, but he can do some things in the air that makes it fun to watch. So he's definitely on there. And then Damian Priest, gotta give props to that guy this week. I thought he did some great stuff, especially when Dom got sprayed with mist in the eye during Rhea Ripley's match. He went back and said, well, because his eyes burned, so they were in the back with the medical team. And he said, well, somewhere else could burn too. So I thought that was great. We all know what he's alluding to there, so I thought that was great. So Damian Priest and also helped them get the win over. Let's see who was that they beat.
Wasn't it the club?
Well, let's see. I'm trying to remember who that was. I got it in my notes here, but I'm trying to remember. Oh, the Street Profits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they beat the Street Profits this week. And so anyway, I just thought Damian Priest is kind of, they're kind of helped building that, and he's getting out of his shell a little bit. Solo Sikoa is kind of coming into his own a little bit. They're wrestling more. It was Ezekiel. He wrestled Ezekiel this week. I thought Ezekiel looked a little more than a jobber.
Elias, Ezekiel is dead.
Or Elias, sorry. I thought Elias looked a little bit more than a jobber this week against Solo Sikoa, but Solo Sikoa's coming into his own. He's kind of wrecking havoc, and I want to see where they continue with that.
So I wanted to bring up, and y'all know I'm high on this dude. I talk about him every week. But the promo.
Here we go.
Ricky Starks.
The Pebble.
Ricky Starks.
Did y'all see it?
I saw it. It was fantastic.
Not just him.
Josie.
I'm not just going to tout on him. It was both of them. MJF and Starks together. That
Best
promo
thing I saw
was
this week, Josie.
Oh my God, yes. It was so good.
Fantastic.
MJF start off everything he said about Starks, yes, 100%. But then when Starks came back and just everything that Starks said, I was just like, oh my God, this is great. The two of them went off. And even though Starks may not win the Dynamite Diamond this week,
Smells like paint thinner and ass, Josie. Smells like paint thinner and ass.
I still think he's definitely on his way up. He's got so much charisma. And y'all gonna eat your words. Y'all gonna eat your words. He's talented.
He's just a dude. That's all he is. Just a dude.
Little Pebble found his way on the mic.
Yeah, little nugget. That's what he is. What was that Shawn
Little
Michaels
Pebble. He's gonna
nugget.
skip his little scrawny ass down the river.
Whatever. Fuck you both.
He one of them nuggets you find in Pokemon. He one of them nuggets.
What I say to you both is fuck you both.
Just a dude. He just a dude.
I tell you someone I'm excited to see in AEW, and I hope to see more of, and that is one part of Mustache Mountain, Trent Seven. I was excited to see him make his AEW appearance. I liked him in NXT UK. I think I liked Mustache Mountain. They were great tag champions. So I enjoyed that. And I'm trying to think who else really caught my eye this week. I didn't watch much WWE this week, so I don't really have anyone there.
I got that covered.
Oh, yeah.
I've got to say, this Atlantic title run for Orange Cassidy is great.
It's great.
You don't like it?
Wow, I didn't think you were going to go that way. Wow.
I'm loving it because I love the fact that
Josie,
I thought you might say decent. I thought you
Well,
might say decent.
well, why I like it, I love this
I wouldn't have said it's
true
over the top.
open challenge. I love the true open challenge he's having. Literally
That's fair.
anyone.
Okay, that's fair.
That's fair. No, I get it. That's fair. Oh, there goes Josie.
Oh, Josie gone.
No,
Josie gone. Josie be back.
Josie's out.
There you go.
Here.
Why don't you get that, dude?
I hate
Well,
being
Josie come
on.
up and get dude.
I hate being on my phone. No, this pure open challenge that they have going with him. Literally, it doesn't matter who it is. Anyone can step up. The match he
That's
had with
fair.
Trent on Rampage Friday was great. And every match he's had for the title has been great. Again, you can talk shit on him all you want, but
No, I like
Orange
Orange.
is
I
an
don't know.
amazing wrestler.
I
And
love Orange. I think he's
this
great.
this
Oh,
run,
I
this
love him
title
too,
run
but his
has
reign
really
is like,
Yeah.
this title run has really shown how good he is. I fully say that.
but anything,
I don't feel like it's done enough for him, in my opinion.
yeah.
I mean, that's me. I don't feel like it's done enough.
I definitely think he should be holding a bigger title, but I think they're trying to use his star power to pump up the
To elevate
Atlantic,
that title.
Others, to elevate-
elevate
which
that
they
title.
definitely
elevate
have
titles.
done.
Yeah,
It's,
Yes,
it's
yes.
added
That's
legitimacy
fair.
to that title.
Yes.
From that standpoint, I would agree.
I agree
Yes.
with you.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Sometimes you have to let the wrestler do a title down to pump up a title.
That's fair.
And I think
got
that's all
something.
it was.
I got something. Real quick, I want to say shout out to the fans who ain't put with that BS on Raw. Raw got its lowest rating since July of 2021. So shout out to the fans. Shout out to the fans for not putting up with that bullshit.
I was working, so I didn't get to watch it.
I saw clips on that Monday Night Raw. Bullshit.
Man, that means that's his lowest rating since Triple H took over. Then.
Yep. Also, Booker T. Come on, man.
Oh,
Come on, man.
actually, I wanted to bring this up in his
We
flip
gonna
floppy
cry.
ass. I wanted to bring up his flip floppy ass. Y'all remember 2 weeks ago when he came out and said that he's talked to Sasha and Sasha won't go back wrestling anywhere but WWE. And then this week after she does the Wrestle Kingdom and goes to the game with Jade, it's she's shining with AEW. Shut the fuck up, Booker.
You need to stop, bro.
Does he know anything, or is he just always talk out his ass?
He
He always talks out his ass.
He's not
Trying to stay relevant.
How can you take
just like on NXT?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Will.
No, I was just about to say, breaking into tears. Really? We doing that now? Really?
That's fake, man.
That's just no
That's
Booker.
so fake. So over the
And
top.
and just to tell you, I love Booker. I think Booker's one of the better
Yeah.
wrestlers.
I
Hall
like
of Famer.
Yep, no doubt.
Fantastic. But You breaking in tears, bro.
Is he auditioning for Days of Our Lives or what? What's the deal?
He's trying to get on. He's trying to get on General Hospital.
Him and Stephen A. Smith.
he gonna go beat Stephen A. up.
In a supermarket.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, they're gonna bring the supermarket back. And one more thing, I'm really Kaylee Ray makes her WWE in-ring debut. Mental health has a lot to do with things with me, and I know she's had some issues. So to see her come back to this point, I think it's pretty good. Will she stay?
Okay, but this is my thing, and you know I'm a huge advocate for mental health. I struggle with it daily, but she has literally been in 3 different companies and left. She was one of the AEW's first female signings.
Yep.
And then by the time they got a TV deal, she was gone.
Yeah.
She did the same thing with NWA.
Yep. She did NWA dirty.
Yeah.
And I to me, she's Leo Rush in female form.
But here's the thing with Kate, the same thing with Lilo. If they stay
Yes.
well, if they stay in a good place mentally, you got a hell of a talent. You got a hell of a talent on your hands.
Yes.
With both of them. And that's the thing. Katie can go. Lilo can go. And if they're to the point where they're in a good place mentally, you got a hell of a wrestler on your hands. So I can see her WWE would take a shot to bring her back in. Is she gonna hold out? Is she gonna stay? I don't know. But I just think it's good to see her back.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's my thing, is I don't trust her.
I feel you on that. And it's a total, and it's like a dart throw. You're just taking a dart and see if it sticks. And I get that.
Runaway bride, man.
Yeah, but if she does get in a good place mentally and she can stay there, you have a hell of a wrestler you can work with.
I agree if she can stay there. But
yes.
Also my thing about Kylie Ray is she reminded me very much of early Bailey.
Ooh, that's a good comparison.
And,
yeah, that's a good comparison. Yeah.
I don't know if that style works again in WWE. So I just don't know. We'll see on that one. Anyone else sticking out to y'all this week?
Not necessarily sticking out, but real quick, Alexa Bliss, the #1 contender for the women's title. What?
Just because her and Belair have been allies, and the more and more you see of Bliss, I think they're setting up for her to be Sister Abigail in the.
You almost saw it on Raw.
Yeah,
seeing little glimpses of.
Yep,
of
he did.
It. And so I think she's going to be Sister Abigail in the Wyatt 6.
Yep.
Rhea Ripley better win that Royal Rumble. That's all. That's the only thing I got to say.
I agree.
Well, that'll bring us right into our topic. We're not going to spend a whole lot on it because we talked a lot, but that'll bring us right into the topic we were going to talk about today, and that is Rumble, baby, because we are just less than a month away from Rumble, my favorite pay-per-view of the year. I'm so excited. I'm ready. Been watching some past Rumbles here and there, getting ready for it. My pick is still, I don't know what his health, but I would still love to see Tommaso win it. I'm hearing reports that The Rock is the plan, and if I swear to God, if The Rock,
oh my God, are you serious?
That's what I'm hearing.
But
that's
you know,
rough. I haven't seen that.
Set up him in range.
Seen that.
That's going to set up him in range.
That's what it would set up, but I just don't believe that you need.
I don't feel
that.
like he needs that. He doesn't need that to do that. No.
I don't understand a title being involved in that match personally. I think it makes it more. It should just be for the head of the table. There should be no title on the line.
Is that just a way for maybe The Rock to get it back on Raw?
Maybe that's the way he brings it back on Raw and drops it the next night.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Set up a tournament.
If you do it that way, then I guess it makes sense that way.
I guess. But if it leads to splitting the titles, I guess I'm okay with that. But The Rock does not need to win the Rumble. Give it to somebody who, personally, I'd say take the titles off of Roman and let there be 2 title matches at Mania.
That'd be great, but you know
You
that
need to
ain't
give it
happening.
to Cody. That's what you need to do.
I was gonna say I think Cody's gonna win. I really do.
I do too.
I think they're setting that up. Not quite yet, but I think when they do, you'll know.
So
Hey, real quick, we talking about best Royal Rumble all time.
That was gonna be my next question.
If we going that route, we need to look at the 2007 Rumble.
Yes,
because
that's
that
a
had
good
everybody
one.
in it.
Well, and then was it 08 when Cena made the huge surprise return in Madison Square?
Oh wait,
and then went on to win it.
That's probably my favorite one. Yeah,
that was. The thing about it is pay-per-views in Madison Square Gardens just have such a vibe to them.
It's got a lore behind it, you know.
That Rumble was just amazing. It was so good.
Yeah, that's my top one right there. I love that one. Yep.
I think 2007 is the best because I said everybody was in there. Everybody was in there.
That's fair.
Everybody.
Now, worst Rumble of all time. Will, you and I better have the same answer. 1992.
You know what?
Way before me time.
You know what? You might be right.
So a little bit of story time here, Stacks. We used to have a segment on this show where we would pick a pay-per-view and rewatch it, and then we'd come on and do a whole episode on just talking about that pay-per-view and what we thought about it.
I think we should do that one of these days. I think that'd be fun.
We could definitely do that. Start doing that once a month.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
I'm down for that. Come the first of the year. But
that'd be sick. That'd be something new we could do.
One of the guys on the show past said he wanted to watch the 92 Rumble because it had a lot of nostalgia for him. Oh my God, bro. Not just a bad Rumble, one of the worst pay-per-views I've ever seen. Every match was boring. The best match, what didn't we say the best match on there, Will, was like the Bushwhackers?
I think so. Yeah.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
And that was the Rumble where Flair came in at 2 and went the whole way.
He went the whole way 3. He came in at 3 and went the whole way.
Was it 3?
He came in at 3.
Interesting.
The thing that kills me, man, we looking at the Psycho Sid days, and I ain't never been a fan of Sid. Never.
Yeah, I never liked Sid either.
Never. On every promo he did, every time he talked, all he did was yell. Bruh.
It's Don West.
Yeah. Don West before Don West. But that's all he did. Every promo was yell. You might get him on a Saturday morning show, and he's talking old car. But most of the time, he's just yelling. They said, bro, calm it down, bro.
All right, so I said Tommaso winning the men's. Will, you say Cody? Stacks, you say Cody, and then do we all agree Rhea for the women's?
Josie,
it better happen, man.
It fucking better be, man.
I can't see nobody else to do it.
I'm gonna be so pissed, man.
I can't see nobody else to do it. I really can't.
I agree with all that.
No, I don't. I mean,
you know what the thing that's bothering me though about this whole thing? The whole thing that's bothering me. They might throw a monkey wrench in this. Do you think it's just going to be strictly main roster or some NXT ladies going to be in this? If you bring the
no, I think you're going to see more of an NXT presence in the Rumbles this year than you have before.
Yeah, I really
think Triple H.
So,
but then again, you also, I don't know, because I'm sorry, there's not a lot of NXT talent that's ready to even be thinking about the main roster.
That's also a fair point based on what we've seen.
Has that ever stopped somebody from getting to that point and working that work?
I mean, I personally think we better see Nikita Lyons. Like,
I think she'll be in the match. I don't think she wins, but I think she's in the match.
No. She definitely doesn't win. No one from NXT is gonna win.
No,
but she need that booty needs to make an appearance.
Joseph said the rest of them put the booty in the ring.
I'll be okay with that. No, don't get me wrong. That whole woman is I would lick every inch of that body.
Shout out to Nikki Line. Shout out to
That's
Nikki
a
Line.
snack. That's a snack.
That's not a snack. That's a whole damn meal.
Man, that's a meal with that's the meal with the dessert right there, boy. Oh my god, and a drink. Oh my gosh.
That's at Chili's 2 for $20 meal.
She thick.
Oh man. Boy, she thicker than one of the Dairy Queen blizzards.
Yeah. You tip her upside down, she don't move at all.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Anything jiggling.
But
you're not
yeah, I definitely think we're gonna see that. I think we need to go back, Stacks, and probably watch. I'm gonna go back and watch Deadline just because I do want to see this match. I just want to see what the match looked like because to me, the stipulations, the rules read a lot like Impact's King of the Hill match.
Okay. Yeah, I remember you alluding to that when it first got announced. So yeah, I'll go back and watch that.
Back and look at that probably this week and just see.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
And I'm watching tomorrow night because I want to see if Mercedes ends up over there.
Yes. And then, guys, we will have a show next week. We will not have a show the week after Christmas. So, yes, next week. No, the following.
And let's understand this too, guys. That's a hell of a gift for Tony Khan if it comes true. You just got Soraya.
Oh yeah.
And you
It's been a Merry Christmas in the Khan house.
And I'm telling you, like that's the final piece of the puzzle for the women's division. Like
now it's just a matter of how do you book it. That's all.
It's just getting it booked and making it work.
It's a matter of how it gets booked.
Like that right there makes it to where you should have the best women's division by far in 2020.
Without question. Boy, WWE's gonna be hurting now if that's the case. Holy shit! Wowzer.
You know, so Stacks, I kind of changed up the segment last night on a Sports Report. For my Fight Night segment, I let Dan ask me any question he wanted about pro wrestling. Anything he wanted. First, it was hilarious because he was actually speechless for a second. Because he was caught off guard.
He was just like petrified. What do I say?
But he asked, do we think we are in a downtick of wrestling? Like, is wrestling on its like death nail? Because the reason he brought that up is because of the ratings are low.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
I just think that both companies, well, actually all the rest of the room, when you look at it, they don't seem to want to compete with the highest level of competition amongst themselves. And if you look at AEW and you look at WWE, they're like, yeah, they got issues, but in terms of where they are, they're like right there.
Yeah.
Nothing really puts one over the other. So
and I don't think they're going to either, because it's like we were talking last week or a couple of weeks ago.
Two different things.
It's so different in that AEW is made for the hardcore wrestling fan.
Yes.
It is made for the guys or the people who follow New Japan that are going to get a pop when Tomohiro Ishii pops up, or Ultimo Dragon pops up, or someone like
Wait
that.
for
Like
Ultimate Boy.
it is not made for the casual fan. And we also talked about this last night. Sports entertainment and pro wrestling, even though they live in the same
Genre.
genus,
It's not the same thing.
they're
It's
not the same
yeah.
thing. They're
Yeah.
two
Not the
very
same thing.
different
Yeah.
Absolutely.
things.
Yeah, two different
1000%.
Exactly.
And it is
Yeah.
really hard to compare the two things. So, Will, you're right. Like, they're both kind of on an even keel of where they're at.
But I guess back to your point though, Josie. I don't necessarily think it's a downtick. I mean, we have more than one product to,
I mean, but and I
watch
get your
from
point,
that
Stacks,
standpoint.
because
From
and I
that
get your point,
standpoint.
Stacks, because when you look at the indies, when you look at what MLW is doing, you look at Impact, you look at what the indies are doing. They're doing some good things in the indies. If those if fans pay attention to them,
Yes.
and I think that while the main company, because I don't think WWE hasn't been doing a step above, AEW hadn't done a step above, Impact definitely hadn't done a step above. RH is still trying to get their footing. NWA is just like on a current steady run, but nothing great.
Correct.
But I think if you pay attention to the indie promotions, that can incite your love for pro wrestling once again to get you to watch other things.
Well, and it's also what we were saying last night, Will, is like people still try to rate these shows by ratings when ratings don't mean as much as they
Ratings
used
don't
to.
mean anything.
Because a lot of people DVR
Everybody
episodes.
watching it live.
A lot of
Everybody's
people
watching it
DVR
live.
like Stacks does and goes back and watches it.
Hulu,
Or-
you know.
I know I got a
Hulu.
Roku. I know
Yeah.
I got a Roku, and I watch a lot of it on Roku.
I use the apps and watch them.
Yep. Absolutely.
Watch them off there. So like,
Yeah, it's DVR and Hulu and all that stuff. It's not live at all.
And that stuff isn't counting to what they consider ratings. They're just looking
Their
at
metrics,
television.
what they're looking at. Yeah.
Right.
and it's
Not at
also,
all.
Will, you said this last night. It's how accessible wrestling is now. You can find it anywhere. You can go on YouTube and watch MLW and watch ECW and watch NWA, and then you get a Fight TV subscription, and you can watch just about any indie wrestling company.
Yep.
In the country.
More so than ever before, probably. I mean,
more so than ever.
more so than ever.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Now, on that same note, will we ever see a resurgence like we saw in the Attitude Era? Probably not.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But I
It
blame,
was the
but I
thing
blame the
about
promotions.
well, and the
Yes.
thing about the Attitude Era, the Monday Night Wars, it was 120% organic.
Yep.
It was two rich dudes with too much money and just doing whatever they could to. And then, like we were talking last night, Will, I mean, Nitro and Raw were pulling 3-4 million a Monday night with Monday Night Football. And I just don't think enough people watch TV now for those numbers.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree.
1000%.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna go ahead and call it a night and wrap it up right there. Oh, Will's got another point. Will's got a point.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, okay. Does anybody have anything else they want to get off their chest as far as the wrestling this week? I say everybody here, Will, I'm talking to you, needs to watch AEW tomorrow night.
I plan to because I want to see.
It's not gonna be live. I'm gonna be watching that. I'm gonna watch it as soon as I can. That's for sure.
I just want to watch it because
I'm
I want to
excited.
see if girls.
I'm ready for it. I think Ricky Starks is gonna have himself a good match with MJF, regardless of what we think about him. I think it's gonna be entertaining.
He's just a dude.
He's just a dude. He's that little pebble, man. He's a pebble.
That little nugget.
He's a little pebble.
That little nugget. That's what he is. That little nugget. Like Shawn Michaels said, he's just that little nugget.
That Pebble's gonna be a star. Y'all watch.
Ricky Starks. Just a dude.
Rick Stocks.
Just a dude.
Dollar store Dwayne. Dollar store Dwayne.
Ricky Starks might make Baker Mayfield just a bit.
Oh, fuck you. And on that note, comparing Baker Mayfield to Ricky Starks. You little bitch. That shit. You little bitch.
I'm gonna get some hate on that one for real.
Fuck you. That's some bullshit right there.
Go Big Red.
At least Ricky doesn't go around headbutting his own teammates.
That's facts.
Without a helmet on. Headbutting teammates with helmets on. Without a helmet on.
Oh, clip that, man. Clip that.
Go.